In 1995, a fantasy-adventure film called Jumanji hit theaters and quickly became a classic for many people who grew up in the 90s. The movie was based on a children's picture book by Chris Van Allsburg, and it told the story of a magical board game that brings jungle creatures and dangerous challenges into the real world. The story begins in 1969 when a young boy named Alan Parrish discovers the mysterious board game. After playing just a few turns, Alan gets pulled into the game and trapped inside it. Decades later, in the 1990s, two kids, Judy and Peter, find the same game and start playing. Their moves release Alan, now grown up, played by Robin Williams. But escaping wasn't enough, because the game has to be finished in order for the chaos to stop. As they continue rolling the dice, they face wild animals, giant plants, and even a dangerous hunter, all while trying to survive and end the game. Robin Williams led the cast as Alan Parrish, bringing his usual mix of humor and heart to the role. Bonnie Hunt played Sarah Whittle, Alan's childhood friend who also got caught up in the game's curse. A young Kirsten Dunst took on the role of Judy Shepard, while Bradley Pierce played her brother Peter. The film also featured Jonathan Hyde in a dual role as both Alan's strict father and the villainous Hunter Van Pelt. The movie was directed by Joe Johnston, who later worked on films like Jurassic Park 3 and Captain America, The First Avenger. The visual effects were groundbreaking for the time. Computer-generated imagery was still fairly new in the mid-1990s, but Jumanji pushed it forward, especially in scenes with animals like the stampede and the monkeys. Some of these effects may look dated today, but back then they were a big deal. Interestingly, the filmmakers used a mix of practical effects and CGI. For example, many of the giant plant scenes were created with puppetry and animatronics rather than computer graphics. That combination gave the movie a unique style that still feels different from many modern films. When Jumanji was released, it wasn't loved by all critics, but audiences connected with it. The movie made over $260 million at the box office, which was a huge success for the time. Over the years, it found an even bigger audience on home video and television, becoming a nostalgic favorite for kids who grew up watching it. The success of the film eventually led to an animated TV series in the late 1990s. Decades later, the franchise was revived with Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle in 2017, and Jumanji, The Next Level in 2019, introducing the story to a new generation. Still, the 1995 version holds a special place because of Robin Williams' performance and the mix of adventure, comedy, and suspense. Jumanji from 1995 remains one of those films that blends fantasy and adventure with a touch of mystery. It was a product of its time, but still remembered for its creativity, its cast, and the way it brought a children's book to life in such a wild and imaginative way.